to stay on track, and you know, it's just trying to get all that all done completely. So it's crazy, isn't it?
So
Look
difficult.
at that. I remember it's not easy. I mean, it's not like playing those arcade, right? You just go left and right, and that's
Hmm.
about it. It still stays on the track, you know. They can add some switches and click them, and they stay, help you stay
And
within
now
the
you're
rhythm.
playing, you're racing with real people, not AI, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
real people.
So no, it's amazing how this sim game have been developed as the years has passed. So there's a new group of people who are really enjoying it right now. I mean, it's really I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm lost for words really about exactly how all this comes into play. I mean, you know, I used to have excuses, you know, or like some say, oh, you know, if you play too much, you know, you affect your studies. You're talking about students and whatnot, but you have kids who really learn how to time manage, you know. So and what happens is that, you know, you question it. I say, how does it go? They say, oh, you know, I have this whole period of week to do my homework and my study, and I actually plan my sim racing time into those available slots. So in a way, it's good. You can see them learning how to time manage, being disciplined, you know, so that they don't let it affect their studies as well as they progressively climb up the level. Now, the question I want to ask you, this sim racing for motorcycle, do how do you actually get? Do you get like a license or something like that as you play more games and then you progress to the next level? This is to in a way gauging you on how well actually you progress in the championship.
The actual sim racing, I believe it's not that easy. It's the way the simulation is held is slightly different. Um, the video is actually fixed. You do not get to control the character on screen. However, you need to meet the minimum requirements of what is needed to be done. So for example, when it shows you the screen shows you, okay, we have reached the specific corner, you need to press your brakes to a certain amount and bang the bike to a certain degrees. So if you do not meet this in the actual simulator situation, it will just show that you crashed. So it's more about maintaining what is required of you. It's hard drilled into you what is needed in the track at which track, and it all can be set up accordingly. So yeah, it's really a little bit different from playing the game itself. Yeah.
Yeah, I was told that sometimes, you know, it is for us in those days arcade, right? You
Hmm.
kind of just jump in and just hopefully someone who has spent time exploring the game will give you little pearls of wisdom
Yeah,
on how
little
you're going
tips.
to progress.
Yeah.
But you know, it's really amazing how things have developed. But now there's like a proper tutorial, or some people even bother going on YouTube to actually learn
Hmm.
how to handle the different parts of the controller and to race as well. All right, we are ready. And looking at the weather right now, the weather is perfect. Blue skies, not a single. Well, I was about to say not a single cloud, and we see that ready as well. And then we have all our riders on the grid. How you feeling right now? Nervous?
Nervous for them.
Yeah, yeah. But anything ready? We have Aimi. Here we go. 5 reds. Hold on to your seats. More action. And here we go. Race one for round two of the AES Motor Racing Championship. And we have here Aimi going off with a good start as usual. Look at that. The way he negotiates turn. Not far. We have Henry. We have Elvin Chung. And of course, you have Raghu, who's in fourth position. Amazing as they go around the bend. As you go deep down inside, you know, Aimi Amani knows that if he plays his cards right, he is going to win this race for sure. Looking at him, if you were to just base on round one, you know this guy is the guy to beat. All right. So close behind in second we have Henry, and then we have also Elvin Chung. And look at that. Oh, he's got slightly off, but then trying to get the apex right there, right and making the right turn. You know, it's amazing how they swing from one end to the other end. I tried that. I swing one end, I end up the other end.
So smooth. The way they
Yeah.
transit is so smooth. The
Yeah.
timing of when you move the pad is really important. Really important on how to shift your body also.
Yes, the way they look at that, is going for it, and
Wow.
you realize that his past time he did a 148. Can he actually do better? And looking at his going right now, I mean, all the way you can see the difference in gap of timing,
Hmm.
like plus 4 seconds, no, where Henry is behind him, then followed by Elvin and Raghu. Okay, it's going his way, I would say right now. So it's like I see, you know, he's going just for the time alone as one person. Okay, I always wanted to know about this. You know, when you race, right, there's always
Mm.
someone ahead of you, and
Hmm.
you make that person your focal point in competing. But what if you're way ahead? How do you actually psych yourself? You know, because there's no one else in front of you. So it's like you don't like ride and look at the clock, right? You just have like gut feel and just go for it.
Yeah, but that's where we mentioned that every race has that perfect line.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are leading the pack, you have the chance to perform that perfect line, whereas the person behind you will not. So it depends on the rider's mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, many racers would like to say that if there was a person in front of me, he would motivate me to go faster. But then in the case of, I believe I see it feels more like now it's just a practice session where he just needs to maintain his regular race time and he'll be safe for the podium.
Oh, it looks like from the thing that I think we've lost
Mm.
Raghu. Hope is okay because it's not on the screen right now. But even like this,
Oh
let's
no.
focus right now. We have Henry, who's currently in second position, and
Mm-hmm.
he's big like 9 seconds behind I see. And yeah, looking at IC earlier on, I mean, there's this thing called behind the bubble. You know, they say sometimes when people ride, right, they're in a little world of their own, and they're
Yeah.
just tucked in. And do no do riders like have this kind of focus when doing all these straights, know that I'm invincible. You know, I'm going down this stretch, and no one's
You
gonna
need to
stop me.
you really need to have that full focus when you're going down the straight at about 300 kilometers an hour
Mhm.
because the vision, tunnel vision is real, guys.
Yep.
You really can't see what's in front. You have to look so far out, and that's a amazing level of concentration required.
Oh, I see. Now, something I don't know much about this, but is there a level, like for example, if it starts to rain? Not saying that it would here, of course, but if it starts to rain, is there a cut off level, like, you know, what category or weather, and you gotta like postpone the race, or do they just hold the race for a while till the weather gets better and they start racing again?
No such thing. The race goes on. There is no such thing. So if it
Oh.
rains halfway, the race have to go on, and the riders have to adapt to the conditions
It's not like
on
us
the
in
track
Cat
itself.
1 and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
stopped, right?
Not like that one. You go and rest. Go pit stop. No, no, no. Doesn't work like that.
But I mean, it's usually I know like more racing when they start off with cold tires and whatnot, even to the very choice of tires. So if the weather turns bad, so they have an option to swap tires to accommodate the kind of weather.
Yeah, I believe you can make a pit. However, you need to understand that you'll be losing time and that. But then when it comes to an endurance race, anything can happen. You do have time to get the tires swapped if you need to.
Yeah, I remember I was asking someone, and he said that, oh, there's this thing called the flag to flag. This thing, what's this flag to flag? Apparently this is used to describe a race that starts dry and then slowly becomes wet, or vice versa, wet to dry. And sometimes this will kind of like force riders to come into the pit lane and swap to their second bike with different tires. Is that true?
That really depends on the funding of the team. For example, if he has a second bike to swap with, but then yeah, it's not everybody will get that kind of budget to have
I like
so
it.
so many racing vehicles. But in this game, it's just a click of the button and yeah, it's good to go already.
Isn't it cool if you in reality you have like a
You
spare
just
bike,
jump
right?
to the next bike. Yeah, you just jump to the next bike actually. Yeah, you go there. If something's wrong with this one, then you just jump to the next one.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything is ready for you already.
Yeah. Well, if you just joined us, welcome to the AES Moto Racing Championship. This is the inaugural Season 1. Currently, for this first race, we have 11 laps. We've completed 4 laps. In the lead is Aimi Amani, and second is Henry Lim, and of course, not forgetting there's Alvin Chung in third. We had a fourth rider. He kind of fallen off. I don't know what happened to him. Hopefully, it's nothing serious like connectivity issues or what. But now we are focused down to these 3 races right now, and Chungster currently 23 seconds behind our leader. As you can see, the different pressure on the screen on your right bottom about your front and rear tire. That level markings to tell you how badly the tire is worn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And how hot the brakes are used at that specific corner. So you can see that if it turns red, that means the rider is braking really hard.
Okay.
Now they are at their 4th lap, and the front tire wear on Alvin's vehicle is at about 40%. Will he be able to finish the 11 laps?
So, is there a strategy where, because I know that you can actually control the brakes in the front of the wheel and the back of the wheel. Could you kindly explain what's the rationale behind the 2 different types of brakes?
Okay, it's more of your, what we would say, your center of gravity. If you use more of your front brakes, the bike would the bike would be front heavy, where the weight of the rider would actually be brought to the front because there is a slowage, there's a stoppage of motion in the front wheel. If you're using it on the rear, it actually sits the bike down. Instead of having the rear, at least the chances of you lifting your rear, your tail is lesser. It has to be used in tandem to keep the bike fully planted on the ground.
Oh, okay. It's like that stoppy thingy where if you break the front wheel, the whole bike kind of lifts up in the air. Is it?
If you break the front too hard and then your body posture is wrong, if you're sitting more forward of the vehicle where you should be behind. So if you are forward and then you hit the front brakes, your bike would just pop an endo. And then if you are sitting behind and you gun the throttle, your bike will just pull a wheelie.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's a lot of things to actually focus upon. Sometimes I've never had the opportunity, but I do like in actual like car racing, the driver could actually communicate with his like engineer or something like that. Is it likewise for the bikers as well?
Yes, for the bikers also, we have a comm system where we can communicate with our teams. However, that would be dependent on the organizers whether such a system is allowed, because sometimes it interferes with the transponders that are being used during the race.
I see. Alright, here we have a quick look at our entry race. We have Henry Lim, Alvin Chung, Aizi Amani, Fadli Rahman, Muhammad Alif, Jin Masvi, and Raghu Varapan. Then we know that some of the participants did not turn up for our race. So let's currently right now focus on 3 of our riders, and there's Aimi, Henry, and Alvin Chung. So if you just joined us, welcome to the inaugural Season 1 of the AES Motor Racing Championship. My name is Zachary, and with me today is Gabriel Chia. So far in the second round, it looks like, I wouldn't say a repeat though, but it's quite clear right now. The man to beat is Aimi Amani. So he's currently like way ahead. And like we said earlier on in our discussion, this guy is amazing. All right, I think he's only got himself to beat and the win
at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, unless the like we used to say, the race gods decide to do something dramatic, but I don't think they would want to do anything like that. They're hard to say, but it's not easy. As we can see, I would take it that IZ has a lot of experience. All right, because the way he does it, it's amazing. It makes it look so easy, because I've tried it, Gabriel tried it. It's not easy. So yeah, if you don't understand, if you personally want to experience it, just give it a go, you know, and try it. You can understand what goes into sim racing. Okay, not all looks very nice and glamorous, but just to play the game, it's not like the normal arcade where if you turn left and right. There's a lot of really sensitive inputs, so it really gives you the player or the gamer a little bit of fun, I would say,
Yeah.
to try to get your skills up to mark and up to speed. Yeah, we have Henry almost skidding just slightly as he negotiates this, making a nice around the turn there and making it that not easy. Okay, we are currently at the Twin Rain Motegi. All right, but before we continue, let's take a short break. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the AES Motor Racing Championship. Currently, we are in race one. Of course, race one we got 11 laps. Currently, we're in the 8th lap. In first place, we have IC. In second, we have Henry. And in third, we have Elvin Chung. Just before we went for the break, we are talking about the racetrack, Twin Ring Motegi Circuit. Now, this circuit itself is quite interesting because it's just like 4.8 kilometers in length. 8 right corners, 6 left corners, longest straight 762 meters. But there's a lot of opportunity for overtaking as well. By looking at the size of the participants right now, we know it's going to be quite a spaced out race, I would say, you know. But don't take it that it's all that easy. You know, it takes a lot of effort, especially if you're someone in the front, because you have to really motivate yourself and stay focused. Because if you get too complacent, and we know in racing it's a sin to be complacent because things do happen on the racetrack. So you were mentioning about the different braking circuits. I mean, for the different kinds of bikes, I mean, how much does the aerodynamic have to play for each? Are all the bikes the same, or basically the designer comes up with a bike that is being designed based on certain conditions?
Now it's really an open. Aerodynamics is really important when it comes to MotoGP. As you can see it trending now, the newer bikes like the R1 and the Ducatis, they actually come with side wings, where it looks like a spoiler for motorcycles. However, it looks like wings. So the bike now looks like a plane, where you have these two wings to help you to hold the downforce, and these have all been scientifically tested and through an air tunnel. So there is records that it really does help keep the bike down, keep the bike rooted to the track. It actually works. So it's not only just for show. That aerodynamics is really important in this kind of a bike setup.
Okay, besides the bike itself, I'm always fascinated by the race suit or the gear that these riders put on. They have this little bit that hits up like they got a spare nick at the back of their nape
Mm-hmm.
area. But how safe are these suits? I mean, what does the suit protect them from? Them, how well
It,
does it
it
protect them?
really protects them mainly from external scratches and external wounds.
Mm-hmm.
It really does not. It is quite difficult for the suit to protect you from any broken bones. It's mainly for superficial coverage. However, because it's made up of very high quality leather,
Uh-huh.
uh, sometimes kangaroo skin.
Mm.
These are the types of materials that we actually use for motorcycle racing suits. When it comes to aerodynamics, certain helmet brands actually do have some slight cosmetics on the front and at the top to help with aerodynamics and airflow.
Mm-hmm.
Airflow for the helmet would allow the racers to get enough ventilation. If not, it's so much to think during the race that without this airflow, it would definitely, you cannot think. You wear helmet, cannot think like army like that.
I was just waiting for you to say that. But
Yeah.
it's amazing. I mean, it has to be really hot, right, in that suit.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really hot, and it you will feel, if you're claustrophobic, definitely this is not for you.
I see.
Yeah, yeah, everything is in. You are within the visor. You can hear your own breath. There's these the small little things that the racers have to put up with, or adjust their accessories and adjust their apparel so that they will be able to be more comfortable when they are racing.
Yeah, I mean, it for a moment we always used to think that, oh, when the riders don this suit is like making them some like superhero or something like that.
You will definitely boost your confidence a bit because you do feel protected.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so it does help.
But it doesn't really like protect them. So for example, they have a bad crash and they are being thrown onto the floor or something like that. I mean, bones wise, they do break bones really.
Yeah, they do break bones, and of course we've seen many fatalities over the years. It's really a sport that it brings you a very high sense of achievement.
Mm-hmm.
However, the risk level is also very high. So esports is the next big thing, I would say.
A fun game for them. Well, if you just joined us, welcome to the AES Motor Racing Championship. We're currently into the final lap. In the lead, we have Icy, Armani in first position, followed by Henry in second, and Elvin Chung in third. As you can see, it's going to be a very spaced out race because basically they are competing amongst themselves. But then again, it's we spoke earlier on about IC. You know how much of the focus he has because there's no one else in front of him besides himself. So it must take a lot of effort just to race yourself. You know, there's nothing in front of you unless you're talking about you have like a virtual clock put into your screen tell you if you have this time to beat. Not like those games that we play, right? It can tell you, we have this Ghost Rider tells you, if you want to beat a new record, you got to beat this Ghost Rider. But you don't
Yeah,
have such
yeah,
thing
yeah.
in
There's
the
such thing, correct. And then looking at the bottom right of the screen, you can see how much the tire at the front and the rear has won. If you notice, IC has made certain mistakes in the past 3 laps.
Yep.
Whereas in the first half of the race, he actually more or less did a perfect run. So this is the reason for this is because of you can see the deterioration in the wear of the tires.
Mm-hmm.
So at the 11 laps this round, 16 laps next round would be a very big challenge even for IC.
And there you have Icy
Our winner.
raising his fist in the air, telling us, yep, he did it again. There you have it. Okay, the man to beat. All right. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I mean, if I were a competitor right now, I'd be really, really like, what? Okay, forget about the first. Let's just focus on second, third, and fourth, and whatnot. And there you have Henry He's coming in second. He's actually a minute and 2 seconds behind IC. So I don't know what to say. This it's such a huge difference, you know, when you have a pack a
Mhm.
kind of a race, but you have three individual guys who are going hit to hit. But what you can see the experience as the gap starts to open up. So I don't think it's going to be that easy, because we have a smaller field of competitors. But then again, you know, when it all starts to get really really crazy, then a lot of the actions we can see as well. So there
Mm.
we have, with the best lap time of 1 minute 49.362 seconds. Okay, we have IC Armani taking the first position, followed by Henry and followed by Elvin Jung. So next up we have is race two. Now that's a little bit longer though, so there's a lot of I would say strategy involved in just not going off the track. But you know, I don't think that there will be time, not say time to pit, or I would say the need to pit at all, right? Because usually when one racer is being pushed by another, there's a lot of thing that goes through the racer's mind. Would you like to talk about what goes on in their mind when such a situation occurs?
It depends on how you encounter the situation. Of course, on the track, if we encounter anything, dangerous, we need to keep our calm. We can't get angry at other people, other racers, cutting our lines, or sometimes it's really not intentional.
I know.
I mean, no one will
So like,
actually want to. Yeah, and then they will pit up against the steward and say, "Hey, just now he banged me. Hey, he elbowed me." So these are the things that racers we really need to control our anger on the track. Uh, Safety first. We shouldn't take unnecessary risk. You're not only endangering your own life, you're endangering your other fellow participants' lives as well. Whereas when it comes to esports, we can choose to make a very dangerous decisions based on if anything happen, we can just press reset.
but isn't that, won't that be like a very fine line? You know, you know when people start to play in their head, you know, you're racing, and because you know, it's not real, it's not real. So I just
Mm-hmm.
chong, you know, I just really go for it. But it works both ways, right? Either it helps build your individual confidence,
Mm-hmm.
or the worst thing is it makes you overconfident,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It
And
can also build this competitiveness between friends and family members where it's healthy competition. It's healthy competition.
I can only imagine if like you're having a race with the family members, and of course, you know, in there's an individual competition, and you outrank your wife, and your wife said no dinner for you because you won.
It happens now actually. If I play with my niece and my nephew Mario Kart and I lose, and he will just say, "Uncle, you so slow." Yeah, children nowadays.
I know, I know. Well,
So cute.
welcome back. You just joined us, the AES Motor Racing Championship 2022. We're going into the second race. Currently, we just finished first race, where we had in first day IC Armani, followed by Handy, followed by Alvin Chung. Now, yes, it may not be the kind of race that we're looking at, but I think it's a different kind of race. It's a more like a personal kind of race, about how fast, how confident you are in pushing yourself. Now, currently we have IC, who is really a runaway win, and to be able to clock such timing without any pressure from your competitors takes a different kind of mindset. Don't you think so?
It takes a lot of mindset. Now we can see Alvin is oh,
Oop, is it? Oh, hope he's fine.
shouldn't have mentioned his name.
We welcome back Raghu, who's coming in third. So I think it could have been like a technical issue that he got dropped in the first phase. But we welcome him back. All right, in the race. And here we have IC Amani, currently in fourth position, because I think of the reverse grid. I don't know whether you're doing reverse grid. Are you doing reverse grid? That's joking. Okay, anyway, they are basically doing their next qualifying round right now. It's 2 minutes 49 seconds fast. They're just going to qualify the fastest time. Earlier on, we saw Armani clocking 1 minute 48.692 seconds. That's pretty fast, you know. I think that they are going through their pace right now. But like you said, in racing in Twin Wing Motegi, currently it's perfect weather. No rain.
Perfect weather in
Yeah,
Asia.
no nothing. Just you and the elements, and your focus and your determination in trying to clock the best time as you go about the circuit. You know, let's talk about this. The progression. I mean, in reality, the progression of say like someone young. What the age group are you looking at when you want to start off motor racing?
I believe the younger that you can start off the kids, it would be better for them in terms of motor memory, how they are able to control their body, and how much they understand what it's like being on two wheels. We have seen racers as young as 12 years old. We have seen people getting MotoGP championships at 16, 18 years old. So I believe, you know, when you're still young, it's definitely easier for your body and your mind to adapt to the adrenaline and the need for speed when it comes to motorcycle racing. As you get older, of course, your vision gets a blur. It's a little bit more difficult for you to keep up with the younger guys, and yeah, age really does matter.
Oh, yeah, that's it, man. For me, already gone now, gone to here. But okay, thank
Oh,
goodness for online racing, so I can always look towards it to relieve. Now, if I was young,
Rossi just retire only, just only,
just only, yeah,
just only, just
just
only.
only, no.
After so long, just only.
Yeah, but you know sometimes it's not easy. I mean, you hear the side talk about people. What does it take to make it to the top, like the ultra competitive world of motorcycle racing? You know, they say that for every Marc Marquez, there are thousands of other talented youngsters who don't make it to Motorsport GP or World Superbike despite having an abundance of skill and ability. So it's it's I would say it's like a rite of passage, but then again, not it's not a guaranteed rite of passage. It doesn't mean that you go through one phase, you eventually progress. There are so many factors involved, like you know, like Ike Ajo, you know, when
Mm.
he when he was one highly respected talent scout and rider manager. He basically runs the Red Bull KTM teams for Moto2 and Moto3. Now, like you know, he had riders who were potential people, but they just didn't make it at all. All right, let's just jump off to the qualifying time. You have, as usual, you know, IC, who's in first position. He's got 1 minute 48.561, followed by Henry, followed by Elvin, and followed by Raghu. Okay, so lots riding here right now. I think I don't know. I won't say that he's the man to beat because it's not very simple. All right, but then again, he's got like I'll say personal a pride. He's gonna try and better his time, I believe, because I think most of these professional riders, right? They are highly charged individuals, really focused, and you can see it in all kinds of sports, you know, and especially motor racing. You can see them when you watch video YouTubes of race tracks, right? You can see all the mayhem around everyone, but you just look at the focus, the eyes of the racer involved. They are in this bubble, in this world of their own.
They don't know
Yeah,
what's going on around.
yeah, man.
Nope, you will not know. You will only look at the screen and focus on your controller. Yeah.
Maybe like you're all sitting down watching movie, put on helmet, no popcorn, say, hang a
Don't
huge
talk
do
already.
not
Don't talk.
disturb sign.
Don't talk to me.
Go away.
Yeah, go away. Don't talk to me.
That's the thing is right. I've spoken to people who are like, you know, I used to lock myself in the room, and you know, and every time, you know, my kid will come in, knock on the door, and at this portion I'm turning around. I say, yeah. I turn around, my bike goes and hit the do I scold the kids? I don't.
You can't. You can't.
They say, but daddy, why you playing? Working. Yes, you're working right now. So okay, so it's really interesting because it is for this second race it's 30 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to go for a short break. Don't oh, look at that guy. Where's the break? There we have. This is the break I'm talking about. Quick break, isn't it? Exciting right now. We are on the grid. Look at the focus, intensity. I can hear them. You see a pin drop right now. They're looking at each other. Right, weather's perfect. It's perfect. We go racing. 5 red. Are you ready? I'm ready. Hold on to your seats. And off they go. Whoop! The slight delay from IC.
I see.
Yep. And we have right now Henry in front. IC is in second position, followed by Chungster or Elvin Chung in third, and Raghu in fourth. Now it's a clean race. You can see Henry is off. The slight false start from IC. But we know IC is fast around the corner. Whether he can overtake him from the inside. Oh, it was quite close. Almost nudging. Look at that. Trying to keep that safe distance.
So close.
Look at that.
So close.
Yeah, man. It's so... Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh,
what was that?
whoa.
What was that? Hey. Some big no-no from Henry. IC is trying to keep that safe distance away. But we know IZ is very fast. I think Henry is trying to capitalize on that slight false start from him, and he's just keeping it close.
Holding his line.
Look at that. Henry is a bit jerky right now. I think he's braking too hard in front of the wheels. You see that the back rear end of the wheels, the bikes on which are lifting up. But he's trying to overtake him. Is it? IC just overtakes Henry from the inside. What a move! Oh, isn't it close in again? Oh, they're just pouring at each other, isn't it?
That's a victory turn.
Woo! Look at that. Amazing. And now we have IZ running away right now. Currently a 1 second lead ahead of Henry. Henry's trying to make up for that unfortunate overtake earlier on. And this is where they swing around the bend. Oh. Straight down. Oh, what a race. That was really close. 2 close calls earlier on. Almost nipping the wheels of each other.
Armani is pulling away now.
That's right. Armani is doing what he does best. Pulling away. The pack. Well, there was some drama in the beginning though when he had like almost a false start or something like that.
Yeah, that was a very nice fight.
And there he is, right in front, in the lead, 2.9 seconds. And he's looking at the time right now. He's slowly increasing in distance. He is, like you say, sucking in down in a bubble of his own. I hope that little scare in the starting lineup kind of like jumpstart his whole feeling, and he's gonna go ballistic on everyone else. Okay, so we have here we have Elvin Chung taking around that nice bend, holding up currently in third position. You can see where Raghu is. Raghu seems to be behind in 4 seconds. We need to check that up. Clearly, there could be a bit of an issue in the clock timing there. But here we have Elvin Chung currently in third position. All right, 15 seconds behind our current leader, and he's just running it, isn't it? Just running it. So it's like a rehearsal, right?
Like a practice.
Exactly.
Free practice.
If you just joined us, welcome to the AES Moto Racing Championship. 16 laps in race 2. Currently, we just cleared 2 laps. In the first place, you have IC Armani in first, followed by Henry, followed by Elvin Chung, and also followed by Raghu Varan Verapan. That's right. Sadly, that some of our competitors are not able to join us. We were looking towards having Fadli Ramadan joining us as well. Oh, you can see Raghu has just gone off his bike. Thank goodness for virtual racing, and he's back on again. It's gonna be like four different standards. Don't you think so? It's like, okay, if you're in first, second, third, and fourth position, I'm riding on my own and see who will clock the fastest time. It's basically you versus the clock.
Yeah, you versus the clock and yourself.
Exactly. It's like a rehearsal, right? uh, it's amazing, really. Sometimes with the races, you look at them, it make it look so easy.
Easy. They make it look
Yeah.
so easy. Amazingly easy. However, it's still too early to say anything because it's only 3 out of 16 laps. Anything can happen in racing.
Yep. Earlier on, we were discussing about the potential of young riders, and I did pose the question to some people about, okay, what are these main qualities to look out for all these young riders, and the first thing that came to their mind was speed on the track. You know, so basically, if the young riders are fast, then we start to look for something more precisely how they're riding. Look at whether they really understand what they're doing, or the kind of talents and special skills that they have. So sometimes the experienced manager would have so much of this in front of him. He's worked with so many riders. He usually tends to compare the current riders and the previous riders that he had in the past, and then they try to talk to the young riders and try to coax them to join them so that they can collect more information and to see how well they actually perform. So and the other thing is basically the attitude, how well they are. I mean, at the end of the day, you can notice that all these riders, they have this air of arrogance in them. I mean, you can call it arrogance. Sometimes I would say confidence. You're right, and I suppose riding in this and competing in this sort of competition, you need to be like really up in your game to be able to psych yourself.
I believe the word we can use is actually pride.
Uh huh.
So if you do well and you know you're fast, it gives you a certain level of confidence that you should be proud of yourself that you'll be able to achieve such timing. However, we can't take that step too far. It's a fine line of being humble and being proud. We need to know and guide the younger racers on what is right and what is wrong, and how people would perceive you. If you are a very fast racer and you do not have a good character, you may not be well liked by people also.
Yeah, I know, but some I noticed it's not it's like the kind of a persona that you take,
Mhm.
like if you're Bruce Wayne, you step into the Batman suit and you become a different person altogether. But I suppose when they actually race, they do step into a bubble of their own, so that they kind of like block off whatever anything that will actually take their mind off racing. For those who just joined us, welcome to the AES Moto Racing Championship. My name is Zachary, and we have Gabriel Shah in the studio as well. 16 laps, 5 laps have gone through. Currently in first place is IC Armani, followed by Henry, followed by Alvin Chung, and you have Raghu in fourth position as well. So this kind of attitude is I wouldn't say that it's ingrained, and then basically it helps to really look for that, I would say, raw talent.
Can you repeat that again?
Raw talent, like for example, if you look for someone just before that, like they go scouting, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
they go on the track, they look and they say, wow, this guy has a potential. I think this is the first thing they will look out for, right? And after that, when they kind of grab hold of them, then they put them through the works, and only then will they be able to know whether this guy has the so-called right stuff.
I think exposure is very important, and of course for the riders themselves, the support from your family. So we have young racers that are actually really very fast on the track. However, they are they are financially unable to get their own motorcycle or do certain things to their vehicles to make them faster. So this has set them back from motorcycle racing, and it's quite discouraging at times. So if anyone is presented the opportunity, to partake in a race, so that they can get a wild card, that they get selected to go into a bigger league, for example.
Yep.
So this usually people would grab the opportunity in a blink of an eye.
I see. Well, a little bit of info on our rider. Basically, he said that he started by playing his first MotoGP game, and we're talking about IC Armani, and it was basically the GP50. Then he bought the GP80 and so on and so forth. So I would say it's like that kind of a passion. You start off something, and then all of a sudden you get hooked. Then you want to get better and better, and you find that hey, actually I can do this, and then of course eventually you see whether or not he becomes an actual racer, and AES has seen many of our so-called full-time sim racers who eventually gone on to actually race in actual competition. So I think that's very heartening to see that it's not all just game and fun. It's actually a stepping stone for them to progressively move up the ladder to realize their dreams. Oops, we have Henry currently right now in second position, struggling a little bit, but still holding on to his second position. And behind him, not far, is Elvin Chung. But then again, of course, we know that our friend IC Armani is just way ahead. And here we have Henry negotiating that next turn to the left and turn as close as possible to the apex. Oh, it's a bit. I can see it's like the kind of a little struggle left and right. Ooh. So you can see amount of front brakes he's applying right now as he's going around it. It
will just get harder as the race proceeds further.
Okay. Amazing how to see how these guys are riding. It's basically right now they're competing amongst themselves to try to get the fastest timing as possible. Because if you look realistically, right, IC is just in a world of his own. He's way ahead. All right, he's just going to basically fight it out with the clock, I suppose. And I think the time for him to really beat is that time he clocked. That's 1 minute 48.692 seconds. You reckon he can lower it even further?
It might be a little bit difficult. Of course, just based on the number of laps alone would determine the type of tires that they use. So he may not be able to achieve that kind of timing. If he were to play with the tires, the compound the tires, he should have something slightly harder than the one that he had in race 1. So it might be harder for him to achieve that exact timing.
Yes, I would agree with you on that, because it's not easy, because there's nothing to basically push you even more, I would say. Ooh, that's really low for Henry, making that. Whoa, he managed to recover that moment there. I thought he was going to skid.
Yeah, it seems like his front was giving way.
Swing down that stretch at 180 km per hour, increasing as he goes around to make that right hand turn as close to the apex as possible, and opening up on the left, swinging down that stretch. And this is going downhill. And what's the maximum speed you can top up from here? Around 200 plus kilometers per hour or more, but depending, right? Because now there's
depending, yeah.
All important braking 90 degrees corner. Nice. Look at that.
Nice.
Wow. Well done, Henry. Excellent. Look at that. It's like doing aerobatics. This is no way I can do this.
Such a nice line. Such a nice
I know
line,
that.
yeah.
He makes it look so easy.
He makes it look so easy.
It was me. I would have gone straight and do a tangential point, and me end up at the back of the straight. And here he goes. Nice again. Look at cutting it very close. Good control down. Just a little bit more. Stretch down all the way. Look at that. Fourth gear climbing up to 200 kilometers per hour, and ooh, that was a tricky bit. That braking down the left hand side. You just joined us. Welcome to the AES Motor Racing Championship. We're currently in race 2. It's made up of 16 laps. We are just halfway through. Currently in the lead is IC Armani, followed by Henry, followed by Elvin Chung, and followed by Raghu. What they trying to do right now is to basically better. Whoa!
Oh.
There he goes. Oh, Henry. Up, like we say, you just pick himself up and off he goes again. The beauty of sim racing. I just love it. Oh, I like the view from this angle. Wow, look at that. It's like, you know, you
can see the fans.
Yeah. It's like you can like put a brush to the side of your shoe and just like brush your shoes if you want or something like that. I can only imagine if like the weather really turns really bad, it's rainy and it's slippery. How much
and then you'll see the bikes. Yeah, you'll see the bikes slide from left to right if the weather is wet.
Wow, it's amazing. I mean, these guys are really good. They can make it look so easy. I just pray that the next time I get on the controller and put in my effort, I most probably be able to negotiate a turn like that at a slow speed.
With practice makes perfect. I'm sure you'll be able to.
Alright, we are going for a short break. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
We all agree now is the right time to start making choices to support Aussie businesses, supporting Aussie families and communities. Well, from their humble beginnings in Melbourne nearly 100 years ago, Penrite now sit as a truly respected global lubricants brand across automotive and industry. And the best bit, it's still 100% owned by an Aussie family that employs Australians in Australian factories right here on Aussie dirt.
Welcome back to the AES Motor Racing Championship. Currently we are in the 10th lap, 6 laps to go. In the lead is IC Armani, followed by Henry Lim, Elvin Chung, and Raghuvaran Verapan. Now, if you can look at the timing right now, you can notice that it's a big gap between all our riders. But as we were speaking earlier on, is like a personal a challenge for them, but it's not easy just to stay on course and to make it worthwhile. I think you're just putting in the practice in the rounds as well. Well, we're looking at Raghu. He didn't have such a good first race, but I'm glad that he's back in the second race and going through his pace right now. Basically, he's pretty new to sim racing, and we asked him the reason for joining the competition. Basically, he wants to participate and try to promote and grow the sports in Singapore as well. That's very nice. I mean, you can see some people who've got that vision. Maybe during our time, not much opportunity, right? Okay, we came from an era where they tell you gaming got no future, but then we are living in this era where there is opportunity. So, yep, all's not lost. Okay, for all those of you who are veterans, time to take a bit of that retirement money and go buy yourself a console. Nah, just joking. But really, I think it's trust me, okay. Got nothing against soap opera. I think this is a little bit more a different kind of drama, I would say.
Keep your mind active. Keep
Yeah.
your fingers active. Yeah, I believe it's good for brain development as well lah.
Yeah.
At least you know you got things to think about, you got things to worry about.
Nothing else better to do and just worry about biking.
Yeah, just worry about, hey, can I take this corner properly or not?
But it's I suppose it'd be like something replacing a coffee shop outing with someone, or like, hey, you're free today or not? Let's go and have a cup of coffee, you know. It's like, hey, you're free today, let's go racing. Alright, man, check. And, you know, it's quite interesting. I've seen the people coming together before even pandemic, like on the weekends. I used to get invited over to a friend's place, and he got this huge, massive projector that he'll project on the screen. I said, my goodness, where do you get the screens from? He said, there's only 4 of us, let's race. And it's like amazing, And of course, when boys are having fun, right? We forget about time, forget to call home, and then we have trouble. But anyway, I think the opportunity is immense right now to try your hand at sim racing. I mean, what do you have to lose? It's something different. Takes your mind off. And we have I see Armani going downhill with the longest stretch, the 762 meter. There he's making that 90 degrees corner. Nice turn. He makes it look so easy. And this is the one that scares me. Here we go. Goes in. He swings over here. Ay.
Perfect line.
Yeah, look at that.
So close.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And that's really amazing. Goes down to the victory corner and down the last turn, and amazing. Yes, if you just join us, this is AES Motor Racing Championship. We've got 16 laps for race 2, but currently we finished 12, so you can smell the end pretty soon. Right now we have IC Armani, who's basically the lone rider up ahead. He's just challenging the time, I suppose. If I were him, I don't know what's going through his mind. They said, let's do this, man. Me versus the clock.
And the tires.
Oh yeah, the tires. I forgot about that.
The clock and the tires.
Look at that.
Crossed.
Yeah. They make it look so easy. Unbelievable. We were mentioning earlier on about the best way to get involved, in motor racing is to actually go out there and try, right? I mean, for cars, you got go-kart, but what about for bikers? Do they have like something like go-kart as well, but 2 wheels?
They have something slightly smaller.
Okay.
They call it like something like a pit bike, and then it's a lot more manageable. You can even stand and still touch the floor with ease. So that is how we usually get our younger children and kids to pick up biking. Even now they have the electrical version. So it's quite cool what people can come up with for children.
Do they have that like opportunity to, or is there a provision in Singapore where they can do that?
There used to be, I believe now there is one that is quite popular, which is Mud Frank. So they do have a small little dirt track with electrical motorcycles for children to play around. Of course, with all the safety features intact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oops, someone went off. Who was that? Oh my goodness, was that IC Raman? Is it? Tell me no.
No, I don't think
No?
so.
Oh my goodness. And
No.
Just whoosh past. Oh my goodness. Well, no change to the ranking right now. Still in first place, IC Armani, followed by Henry Lim, Alvin Chung, and you have Raghuvaran Veerapan. He is currently trying to close the gap. Well, it's like skidding a bit here and there, right? Is the back wheel thing in? What do they call it? There's a term for it. What do they call it? They call it backing it in or something like that.
Backing it in. It's more. It looks more like it's losing traction due to the endurance of the endurance requirement of the race.
But anyway, it's we know, I mean, it's different where cars, right? You have still, you're inside the car, you feel protected. But for riders, it's so scary, right? If they hit something, I mean, they get flung off with the bike. It really goes to say, I've seen some of them. It's really scary, I suppose.
You can really feel the road through the handlebar and the seat. Every feedback just goes to your body directly. It's not like when you are driving a car, you are in the bucket seat. It actually absorbs quite a bit of feedback from the ground.
Yeah, like some of the cars, they have this thing called the halo. Apparently, a lot of them were against it, but after quite a number of major accidents, and you see how important that is in terms of the
Yes.
protection. But for bikers, it's different, isn't it?
It's different. You have nothing to protect you.
That's a helmet, lah.
That's a helmet.
That's
Nothing
the
else.
most important thing.
Nothing else. They have developed an emergency airbag though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's actually clipped onto the motorcycle. In any point of time, it works like the treadmill. You know, when you fall off the treadmill, the clip that you're supposed to put at your shirt gets put off, so it would know that they need to cut the power of the treadmill.
Uh-huh.
So what this does is that if you get pulled off from your motorcycle, it actually activates a canister where it would blow up an airbag. So that would help to absorb a little bit of impact.
Talking about it, I saw something on social media where this guy tripped and fell, and some weird contraption like a balloon came out, and his whole arms and heads and legs was protected. It looked like
so it does
thing.
work like that. Yeah, the moment you get pulled off from the vehicle, the latch pulls and the airbags get.
I saw the guy look like a marshmallow man.
Yeah, but then again, there are certain safety features. If you get off the vehicle forgetting to remove the tag, as you walk away from your bike, you will just flop.
Oh my goodness, that'd be so
there
weird,
are
right?
certain
You forgot
safety
it.
issues, certain problems that people seem to face.
Well, all for the sake of trying to keep you safe, but I think that's one thing that they have to worry about less or something like that. Welcome to the AES Motor Racing Championship. We are just one more lap away on the final, and there's no change right now. The ranking is still the same. We got IC Armani in first position, then we have Henry Lim in second, Elvin Chung in third, and Raghuvaran Verapan in fourth. You can look at the time. Yes, don't rub that eye. Yes, it is as it is. There's this big gap. Ooh, there's that brake in front. You see, he's lifting his rear wheels, but managed to catch it as Henry Lim going through his paces downhill from there. Oh, is it me or just an effect on that part of the track that was it looks rather wet. Could tell the difference. Nice, kicking a nice race line there for the apex. Oh, look at that. Ooh. And it seems like Henry Lim is getting the hang of it. Ooh, ooh. Almost. It's amazing how I mean, look, in reality, what kind of laps are you looking at when motorbikes go for endurance racing? The real kind of endurance racing.
Real kind of endurance racing, they really go for consistency. It's not so much about timing, but it's maintaining the consistency so that tire wear becomes predictable, petrol consumption becomes predictable, how much your brake consumes becomes predictable, your stamina to how many laps you can do, it becomes a more constant, you see. So if you're always pushing yourself instead of looking for consistency, your performance would improve lap after lap after lap after lap because of fatigue, because of unusual wear on the tires, unusual wear on the brakes. So when it comes to endurance racing, it's really what I would say, it's really consistency that matters.
Yes, and consistency, we must say, for IC Armani, who is in his final lap right now. Look at the way he's going, without a care in the world. He knows he's got this wrapped up. Alright, look at this. Round 1, now round 2. This guy is unstoppable. Someone please stop him. But not really. He's really going for it. He's just give it to him, man. Just give it to him.
Just give us the victory punch, man.
That's his trademark, I suppose. You can see him doing it right now. Look at that nice racing line. He's really keeping it close. And he's almost catching up with one of fellow riders. He's going downhill right now. He's almost chasing after Alvin Chung, who's currently in 3rd position. And there he goes, making the all-important turn, the 90-degree turn. Here you go. Oh, that's straight. Oh, this is my favorite part. Here you go, left. Ah, then he makes a right turn. Yep. He's chasing it. He's giving all he's got. He has thrown it inside. If I was Trump, he's scaring right now. Where's this guy coming from? Woo! Yeah! There we have it. He's turning around and you see? Read my. I'm in front. I'm the man to beat. He has done it again. As we anticipated, this guy is unstoppable. I see Armani has done it again. Unbelievable. This guy is in a world of his own. Amazing. Focus. That scary race 2 start almost cost him. And Henry was trying to capitalize on that just to give, but no, nah. This guy is really one.
Overwhelming. This guy is overwhelming.
Yeah, that's it, man. This guy is like, give it here, man. He's the man. And here we have the final results. In 1st place, we have IC Armani Zikir with a best time lap of 1 minute 49.228. 29 minutes 28.091 seconds, followed by Henry Lim, Alvin Chung, and of course Raghuvaran Verapan. What a race! It's a one-person race like this one. There's no way about it. He is the guy to beat. Come on, man! Someone just give this guy some competition. He's a runaway.
We know you're out there. We know you're out there.
Come on, join us, man. Join us. Okay,
Join
it's
us,
not that
join us,
difficult,
please.
like easy for us to say, But yeah, let's give him. Don't let him win all the time. I mean, this guy, don't let him win all the time. But of course, we
Put
know
him in place. Put him
yeah,
in place.
Just show him that there's someone faster somewhere. Okay, what was the favorite part of your race, man?
I would say race 2 it started off very exciting, where we could see Armani made a small little mistake during the grid start, and Henry took the lead for the first portion of the race. So we got to see them fight during the corners, and that is something rare for today.
Yeah, for that brief moment we saw.
For the brief moment, wow, so exciting.
Yeah, if I was Henry, I'd say, wow, got chance. But no way, man. I see you saying no.
Next round
Yes, maybe next time we might try about that. It's amazing. So again, IC has taken the icing again. We knew that he was the guy to beat, and we just needed someone who was close in terms of the kind of standard and quality. Hopefully we see that in the next round. But there you have it. He again wins it. Full points for him for race 1 and race 2. Now basically it's halfway through the season, and this guy is unstoppable. Alright, for round 3, we will be taking you to Chang International Circuit, Thailand. The chosen bike is Moto3. We'll be using the #7 Dainese 4-gear Leopard Racing livery for the race. So for race 1 is going to be 14 laps, and race 2 will be 18 laps. Alright, now but before we go, we would like to thank all our sponsors. Dainese Kuala Lumpur, Penrite, Sun Hin Motor, and SC Project. And not forgetting Motorsport Singapore for sanctioning this series. Oh, what a race we had, man. What a race we had. It's so scary. Well, anyway, we've come to the end of our show. I would like to thank Gabriel Chia for co-hosting this show with me, plus all the participants and followers, and especially our sponsors for making this happen. Well, in the meantime, for all our participants and followers, if you are free on Friday evenings and you've got nothing to do, why don't you join us for a round of AES Community Race, which is held weekly on Fridays. Details are on our Meta and IG posts. Now, just a reminder that the same time next week is the start of the AES Season 4. It's going to be exciting as we bring you thrills and spills of the new season. Alright, that's all we have for you now, so don't forget to join us on Sunday the 3rd of April for another exciting round of AES Motor Racing Championship. So here on behalf of Gabriel and myself, we say stay safe, healthy, and ciao.